Good morning. Happy Friday, the 14th of January. Goodness. Friday Focus, here we come again. Goodness, it goes so fast, doesn't it? So, how has your week been? Mine has been very full on. Very exciting though. I went up to London on Wednesday, which was lovely. Actually, it was really nice to be able to get out and do something different and meet clients in London. It was very empty. It was weird, quite sort of eerie in a lot of ways. But hey, anyhow, how's the rest of your week going? We are imminently about to exchange on our house, which is quite exciting, but also very scary. Oh, by the way, if you are live on here, please make a comment. Even if you're watching on replay, actually, make a comment. Just let me know you're here, because it would be lovely to hear you. So what are we talking about today? How to choose the right advisor for your business. Not every advisor, mentor is going to be right for you or right for your business. It's no different than choosing anybody else that you're going to work closely with, anyone who's going to know you and your business inside out. You've got to gel with them. You've got to get on with them. You've got to make sure that they are the right person for you. But there are various things to do in order to be able to make sure that your advisor is the right person for you. So there's an awful lot to think about when you're trying to choose the right advisor for your business. There are so many people out there who are business coaches, mentors, whatever people decide that they're going to call themselves. Technically speaking, anybody can start calling themselves a consultant or advisor. Sorry, my glasses keep falling off. Morning, Lizzie. How are you doing? So how do you go about choosing a trusted professional who will really move that needle for your business? So we're going to take a look at a few of the most important aspects to consider when you're choosing a consultant. Number one is personality, because you've got to be able to get on with this person. You've got to be able to gel with this person. If this person pisses you off from day one, then you're not going to work with them. You're just going to be really annoyed by them, which is absolutely no good at all. So if you're working with someone on a major project, say, not necessarily on a sort of, a year's course or something like that, or a year's mentoring, then you want to make sure that they are of the same upstanding and moral character with you, a good fit personality-wise. They need to, or they will be acting as a trusted ear for all of your problems to do with your business, and should be really in tune with your needs and your concerns. Personality is obviously a very, very important component, even in professional relationships. And after all, business is all about people. So if you can get that strong partnership, then you're going to get the best results possible. Industry experience. I don't personally think that this is as important as a lot of the other things. But if somebody has got industry experience in whatever sector it is that you're in, then that's absolutely brilliant, depending on what they're doing. So if you're taking on an advisor to do your marketing and your selling, or to help you with your marketing and your selling, then yes, they do need to be industry specific, because they need to understand exactly what it is that you're trying to get out there. If you are working with somebody who is just a business coach as such for the whole business, then they don't necessarily need to have expertise in your particular sector, unless you've got a really, really niche sector, in which case it's probably quite a good idea. But you do need to have somebody who understands what makes your business unique and can help you drive you with those strengths. Communication style. This is really key. And you might not think it. If I'm an NLP practitioner, and communication is a really, really important part. Well, it is what NLP is really all about, to be quite honest with you. And if you, as a consultant or advisor, cannot get that information to your client in a way that they understand, so depending on whether they're visual or auditory or kinesthetic, etc., whether or not if you have that rapport with your client, which is not always easy on Zoom, but it's possible, then if they're not getting what you're saying, they're going to always be slightly off. And if they're slightly off, they're never ever going to be able to build their business to how they want to do it. So, I mean, anybody can basically cut and paste a whole deck of slides and stuff like that, but it takes somebody particularly special to be able to convey those ideas in a way that makes sense for their business, or your business rather. There are so many professionals out there who will call themselves an expert or a consultant or an advisor or whatever, but they don't necessarily have the proper credentials or the education to back it up. You need to make sure that your advisor always has current industry certifications and specialized training. Now, anybody can go out there and call themselves, sorry, my hair looks like bomb-suited today. Anybody can go out there and call themselves an advisor or a coach or a consultant and not necessarily have those credentials, but as long as they have the experience to back up whatever it is that they're doing, they will need some certain credentials and certain qualifications, but anybody can actually go out there and call themselves a business coach. So if you are working in a particularly very small niche area, then you need to know that that person has got experience and preferably some sort of specialized training in that particular area. Innovation, I think this is really important actually. You need to choose someone who is willing and able to look at your business with a new set of eyes. Now, this is one of the most exciting things as being a mentor, is that you look at things from a completely different perspective. And when you see the look on your client's face when you have got what it is that they're trying to convey, but also you've understood what's stopping them, and you're suddenly coming up with the ideas that they weren't able to do because they're too close to it. If you're running your own business and you're looking at your own figures and you're looking at your own plans and all the rest of it, you are almost definitely going to be it's just going to be too close, and therefore you can't see it. An advisor consultant is going to see it from a completely different angle, completely different perspective. And I think that's really, really important, because then they can use that fresh insight to come up with, hi, Kate, they can use that fresh insight to come up with new ideas that you probably hadn't even thought of. Or you may have thought of, but you'd never thought, do you know what, I can't be bothered with that one. Or, oh, well, she says that's quite a good idea. Or maybe we should think about that then. And it does make you think in a different way. It makes you focus in a completely different way. When I was working with this client in London today, they never really looked closely at their figures. They'd look at them at the end of the year when they had their end of year accounts, and that was about it. But they had never actually, on a consistent basis, looked at their figures, looked at how much they were spending each quarter or each month on potentially Facebook ads or Google ads or anything like this in this particular case. And it was quite eye-opening for them to be able to see that. So it's all very well saying, right, okay, fine, we want a turnover of such and such. But a turnover of such and such, if you're going to increase by that much, is only going to increase your expenses. So how can you get that turnover without increasing your expenses and therefore increasing your profitability? That's where people like me come into it, you see. Anyhow, I have digressed as per usual. Sorry. The next point is passion. Passion, passion, passion. Enthusiasm is a really difficult thing to measure, but it is so, so important. Consider how much passion your potential advisor consultant has for their work, and therefore, do they have that fire behind their eyes, or does it feel like, oh, just another job? Make sure that that advisor or consultant that you hire is absolutely passionate about what they do. They can bring that same level of enthusiasm into your business relationship as well, because if they can do that, then they're going to fire you up to do the things that you need to do in your business, having seen it from a different perspective. I did a presentation yesterday to Sarah Price's group, the GFTI, about Profit First. And Sarah said to me afterwards, it's so lovely to see how incredibly passionate you are about this. And I was like, Profit First has changed my whole life. It's changed my business. It's changed my life. It's changed how I look at my business. And I'm hoping that for the majority of my clients, it's changing things for them. And I am so passionate about it that comes over in everything that I do. Profit first to me is an absolute game changer. I do not know one single person who does it right, and that's the key bit, who does it right, who it doesn't work for. Not one. And I've talked to a great deal of people in this country, in America. Kate is saying, hang on, let me just pop that on here. It's been a lifesaver for me this month, Kate. I am so, so pleased because you've been able to put that money aside. It's been, as you say, it's been a lifesaver because you have a buffer. And that is what is just so important, because as things get going, when it starts, yeah, it's tough. It is tough because suddenly you think, oh my God, how am I going to afford all these bills and expenses and stuff like that? And it is tough. I get that completely. I mean, it was tough for me for the first few months, but once it's working for you, once you are putting more in that profit pot, you know that you've got a buffer for the next 3 or 6 months. One of the people on the course yesterday was saying, okay, I already have a reserve pot of 6 months worth of my expenses. So I know that if everything stops tomorrow, I can pay everything I need to for 6 months. So therefore, when I'm putting the money into my profit pot, once I start to do this, can I put it all into the profit pot? And when it comes out to the quarterly distribution, instead of taking out 50%, can I take out all of it? And I was like, you can do whatever you want to do. It is completely up to you what you want to do. But if you've already got your 6 months buffer, why the heck wouldn't you? And she was like, oh my God, why have I never done this before? And that is so, so true. So Kate is saying, cash flow issue and a big client paid really late and the big expenses needed paying for work on that client. The buffer had me covered. Kate, I am so, so pleased for you. It's really shitty when clients pay you late, but they do. They have their own cash flow issues. Now, if your client was doing profit first, they wouldn't have those cash flow issues. So maybe you should teach your client how to do profit first. Think about that one. The thing is don't keep this to yourself. Get it out there. Get it to your clients. Get it to your customers. Get it to anybody who's interested in it, because it is a game changer. It really, really is. I am very, very seriously at the moment we are, as I said at the beginning, we're just about to exchange on the sale of my mother's and my house. I've got nowhere to live permanently. I've got somewhere temporarily to live, which is great. I am, without wanting sympathy or anything like that, I am completely and utterly exhausted. Christmas did not recharge me like I hoped it was. And I was talking to my husband this morning and saying, I need to actually take some time out. And he said, how are you going to do that? How can you afford to do that? And I said, because I've got 6 months buffer sitting in my profit pot. And he said, well, what about your clients? And I said, the mentoring clients I will obviously keep working with. That's absolutely fine. That's a given. The accountancy clients are covered by my outsourcers. So actually, I could take a whole month out and not worry too much because I've already got that buffer. And the fact that I've got that, and the fact that for the first time in 25 years of running my business, I'm in the position when I can actually easily take off a month. That is what Profit First does to you. So, as per usual, I've digressed again. So, choosing the right advisor, in summary, the right consultant or advisor for your business is such an important step towards relieving that pain, stopping you having sleepless nights, and achieving those goals. It's really important to choose somebody who really understands you and your business, who can empathize with your problems and your goals. Maybe they've been through them themselves or not, who knows. There are so many factors to consider, but if you keep these 5 points in mind while you're searching, then you're going to have a much, much better chance of finding somebody who will really move that needle with their expertise and guidance. Now, next week, I am not here, but I will be recording Friday Focus. Any questions, please do come to me on Facebook, Instagram. I might get them on Instagram. I'm still not 100% sure how it works. LinkedIn, email, phone, anything you like. I don't mind how you contact me, or if you even just need some help or one of your clients needs help with Profit First. I won't take them over as clients or anything like that, but I'm here to help if anybody needs it. Have a fabulous weekend and next week, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.